Hello everyone, I am Namita and welcome to Yoganama. Today's session is going to be a relaxing yoga flow which is very suitable for beginners, and we are going to start in child pose. So meet me there. Just come to your mat. In a position like Vajrasan, widen the knees, extend your hands forward and bring your forehead to the ground. This is going to be our starting position, and we will use this posture to build some awareness of our breath. So as you're resting here in this nice calming posture, start tuning into your process of breathing. Inhaling and exhaling slowly, deeply and mindfully. If this feels uncomfortable for your neck, you can also use a block and rest your forehead on the block like so. The block can be at any height which is comfortable for you. If you don't have a block, a couple of pillows can do the trick as well. Starting the practice by building some awareness of your breath is a very good way to make your Hatha Yoga session more productive, more meaningful, and more equipped to manage stress and bring positivity in your mind as well. Alright, from here we will slowly rise up and come into a tabletop position, which is like this, 90-degree angle at the shoulders and the hips, and we will move into cat-cow. So on an inhale, look up, bring the navel closer to the ground, and exhale, reverse the movement, pushing the ground away, taking the chin to chest. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest. Let's keep moving like this, intuitively, in a way that feels good to you. Just make sure that as you do these movements, you also get your upper back into the mix and don't move just from the lower back. So pretend as if you want to get your chest through the arms when you come into your inhale, almost dragging your hands back isometrically so the chest pulls through as if it's going to come through the gateway of your arms. Let's just do one more. So inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest, and then inhale and return to a neutral position. From here, I'm going to take my right leg back, extend it out, make sure my navel is pulled in, and press my right heel back into the ground. So very nice stretch for the calf muscles. So your shoulders will shift behind your wrists and hold this here, continuously pressing the heel a little more closer towards the ground. And use this opportunity of being still in a posture to focus on your breath, making the inhalation deeper and stronger, not letting it become shallow and fast. And let's release. Let's do the same with the left side now. So take the left leg back. Try and press the left heel into the ground, keeping the left knee straight and shifting your shoulders back. Fingers are nice and wide, pressing into the ground, helping you create pressure and intensity, which you may feel as a stretch in the left calf, and you may also feel it in your shoulders. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Exhale. Inhale one more time. And exhale. From here, come back to tabletop, and then let's move into plank position. So fingers are nice and wide, shoulders above the wrist, unless you have any kind of discomfort in your wrist joint, in which case you can press back a little bit. Otherwise, explore how much the body allows you or how much mobility the wrists are allowing you today. And let's hold it for 5, 4, 3,
2, last 1, and from here we move into downward facing dog. So see if it's comfortable to press the heels into the ground. Even if it's not, it's totally alright. We can lift the heels up, bend the knees slightly, and see if that's more comfortable. If still not, you can walk the feet back a little more, create distance between the hands and the feet, and see if that makes it somewhat more comfortable. Choose a variation that works for you. Another good way to modify this posture, if some of you need that or would like to try that, is to use 2 blocks. Make sure the blocks grip the mat nicely so the material would matter, and then press up into your downward facing dog from here. So it's a lot easier on the wrists, and since your hands are elevated off the ground, the stretch required is also a little lesser. And it definitely feels good too. So feel free to choose a variation as per your comfort level today. Let's give it one more breath here. So inhale and exhale, drawing the navel all the way back. And from here, I will step the right foot forward between the hands and come into Ashvasanchalan. So both the hands are in contact with the ground. I release the back foot. At this point in time, if you want to cushion the left knee, you can do that. And if you have a couple of blocks, you can always elevate yourself by putting 2 blocks under the hands. It's a very good way to release the hip flexors and eventually progresses into Anjaneyasana. We are not going to do that today, but know that it's the same intention. We will make our way to it step by step. From here, keeping the left knee down, pointing the left toes back, take your right hand up to come into this twist, simultaneously trying to sink the hips closer to the ground. And while you're doing that, the right knee may tend to fall out. If that is happening and you're finding it difficult to keep the right knee pulled in, make sure you turn the foot out as well and come into this variation so that the knee is safe and protected. So foot like this at an angle, you're on the outside edge of the right pinky toe, or foot facing forward, knee directly above the ankles. I'll let you choose any of those 2 variations today. And let's breathe here. Holding postures is a very good way to connect with the breath, to challenge ourselves and to learn how when the breath starts to go out of rhythm, maybe because we're angry or sad, we can bring it back to our awareness and make the rhythm calmer, more soothing and less disturbed. So let's take one more breath here. Inhale and exhale and release. Bring the right hand down. From here, tuck the back toes in. We are going to rise up into crescent lunge. So in case that's challenging, feel free to use some support to rise up. But I will bring the hands up overhead and then come onto the balls of the back foot and find myself in crescent lunge. Let's take a breath here. If you are comfortable being here, let's add in a little bit of dynamic work as well. So on an exhale, tap the knee to the ground. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale, and let's rise back up. Bring the hands down. Get into plank position, and from there shift yourself into downward facing dog. Any variation of this posture that's comfortable for you today. And now let's prepare ourselves to do this on the left side. So bring the left foot forward between the hands, bring the right knee down, and let's hold Ashvasanchalan on this side now. Inhaling and exhaling. Getting a nice stretch in your right quad, the right hip, and taking this time to take deep breaths, expanding the lungs as much as you can. and drawing the navel back into the spine to exhale. Mentally prepare yourself for the twist here. So I'm going to take my left hand up, right hand stays on the ground, and let's hold this position. Be mindful of the right shoulder and that this does not happen while you're maintaining the posture. So bring the shoulder back in alignment. Take the left hand up, give your spine, your upper back a nice twist and stretch, and hold this. Keep working on your breath. Stay strong in the posture, trying to bring the left knee towards the right side, which will help you not let the knee drop to the left. But in case that happens, know that you have the variation where you come onto the outside edge of the left foot and hold the slightly open position of the left leg. Let's take another breath here. And then on an exhale, come back to facing forward. From here, let's rise up. Bring the hands up, tuck the back foot in, and use our strength to rise up in crescent lunge on this side. Take a moment to get settled in the posture, adjust if you need to, and let's add the dynamic movement. So on an exhale, drop the knee to the ground. Inhale up, exhale 2, inhale up, exhale 3, inhale up, and from there bring the hands down, come to plank, shift up to downward facing dog. Take a breath here, and then bring the knees down, toes together to get into child pose with your forehead on the ground. Take 2 to 3 slow deep breaths here before we transition into the next posture. Allow the breath to settle in. One more breath. And then as you exhale, rise up to transition into lying down on your back. So simply cross the ankles behind, straighten the legs, lie down with the knees bent. And from here, let's pull the right knee into the chest, keep the left leg bent. Once this is comfortable, you adjust it to being here. Point the right foot up towards the ceiling, grab hold of the right foot from the inside edge and press the right knee towards the ground without lifting the tailbone off the mat. So essentially you're creating two opposing forces. One is the tailbone pressing down, the other is the hand pushing the knee down. So you get a nice stretch in the inner thigh and groin area. And let's breathe into that. Little by little, as you breathe, maybe the body will allow you to deepen the stretch slightly. Keep exploring that. Be aware of the body. Pay attention to how it responds throughout the practice and how you feel after every posture. Let's release this leg and pull the left knee into the chest now. Nice exhale, and we transition with the left foot into half happy baby, pressing the left knee towards the ground. Let the right leg be free right now. And the same thing, pressing the tailbone down, pressing the knee down by using your hands and feeling that stretch in the left leg. So happy baby is actually a very relaxing posture, but often what happens is we tend to lift the tailbone off the ground while we are assuming this position with the body, which makes it more of a forward bend and less of a inner thigh stretch. And we don't really want a forward bend when we're doing this posture. So that is why I'm asking you to keep pressing the tailbone away from you towards the ground. Let's release this, and now let's try Happy Baby, Ananda Balasana. So bring both knees towards the ground. If it's comfortable, grab hold of the feet from the inner edge, from the inside. And if this isn't comfortable, we can work on this position where we try to pull the knees towards the chest. Or you can simply be in this position wherein the feet are pointing towards the sky. So explore and see which position is more comfortable. And while you're here, let me remind you, try to avoid this position wherein you're pulling the knee towards the ground. Maybe they will come in contact with the ground, but we really flattened our lower back, and that's not needed. Given that we flatten our lower back more often than not, given our lifestyle, sitting a long time on a chair in front of a computer, we're trying to undo that in our practice. So honor that. When you come to the mat, feel free to rock and roll side to side. These gentle movements have their own therapeutic, relaxing, calming impact on the nervous system. So don't underestimate them. Let's do that a couple more times. And then release. Bring the feet back on the mat, but join the feet together to come into Supta Baddha Konasana. Let the knees drop to either side. For some of us, maybe the knees will be in contact with the ground, which is great if you have that mobility. If not, you have two options. One, you can be as it is, freely letting the knees drop to the side. But if you feel discomfort in the knee joint, then you can place two blocks like this under the knees to support them. So choose any variation. And let's place our hands above the navel. And take this time to tune into our breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Using each breath as an opportunity to practice deep belly breathing, which means we will try to draw in maximum air into our lungs, filling them up like two balloons, which pushes the rib cage out, pushes our belly out. And as we exhale, we withdraw the breath and let it go out through the nostrils to begin the process of breathing again. And each time you breathe in, keep visualizing your lungs as two balloons inside the rib cage. As they inflate with fresh oxygen, fresh energy, they expand, creating space in the body. And as you exhale, they retract, coming to a neutral position and stillness. Simply being aware of the breath can help you calm down, relax, unwind, de-stress, and even detox. Breathing is an important mechanism. Rather, deep breathing is an important process that helps us keep our lungs healthy, free of toxins, strong, and in return, our immune system becomes strong as well. So really a very simple tool, a simple process. All you need to do is stay in connection with your breath, aware of your breath. So take this time to tune into your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Observing the breath mentally and also observing the breath through your hands. Every time you inhale, you will get some feedback across your palms as the belly rises.
And as you exhale, you will feel that through your hands as well. So you have 2 data points. Make use of them to deepen your connection with this process of breathing. You may notice that your mind may already start to feel a little calm, less anxious, less stressed. And that should be proof enough for you that consistently being aware of the breath can help you change your mood, can help you regulate your nervous system, and can help you be healthier and happier in life. Take 2 more breaths, fully aware, all your attention only on your breathing, no other thoughts to disturb you. And then, keeping your eyes closed, use your hands to bring the legs back up, knees together. Come into a bent knees position for a moment. If you need to adjust a little, move your spine a little, do that. And then once you're ready, straighten the legs. Release the hands, palms facing up, and come into Shavasana. Let the body be fully relaxed, no engagement anywhere, no muscle is active. You're like a puddle, almost sinking to the ground. And try and stay here at least for the next 3 minutes or more if you would like. The video will end here, but I would recommend that you continue your Shavasana practice on your own by yourself. I shall say goodbye now. Thank you so much for joining me today.